All right, folks, good morning. TGIF, glad it's Friday. We are here at the Canlan Sports Center in Dundee for the first game of the weekend for this Team South Dakota. Warm-ups have been completed. We are getting ready to drop the puck here in just a minute, and I lost one of the cameras. That dude just knocked my camera down. Hey, Jay, can you go ahead and just move it back and forth? All right, sorry about that, folks. Got everything fixed again. Picked up by Schleusner and brought into the zone and chipped right back out by Glenview. Schleusner picks it up and throws it down deep into the Glenview zone. Picked up behind the net, reversed back over to the near side. Chased down by Verhoeven, but not able to get to it. Little bit of a scrum down below. Picked up by Glenview and brought up the boards. Chipped up, not out, as Schleusner was able to keep it in on the second attempt and finally out on the third attempt. Picked up by Birch. Birch with it. Hands it off to Triplett. Triplett backhands it back to Birch. Birch carries it up the near side and not able to get it out. Honor with it. She chips it up and out and chased down by number 34 for the Glenview Stars in their own zone. Up to 66. Got that up to one of her teammates. Able to get around Marvisi. Marvisi battling for it. Not able to get position on the Glenview player. Finally, Honor picks it up. Sorry, that wasn't Honor. That was Pfeiffer. Pops up and out and right back in. So we'll get a stoppage of play on a offsides call. Why is that still black? It fell again. Yep. I'm going to go see if I can fix it again. Sorry about that. Apparently one of my cameras decides that it's going to continue falling. So we're going to try it again, and hopefully it'll stay up this time. Down in the Glenview zone, picked up by 15. Chipped off the far side boards, picked up by number 89, but not able to maintain control. Glenview gets it again and throws it down low. No icing on that, as it was this side of, or the correct side of the red line. Rolled up the near side boards and chipped up past Schlusner. Triplet gets it, bounces it off the board, goes between the wickets of Schlusner, but ends up out of the zone. Glenview picks it back up, throws it down deep. Birch picks it up, rims it around over to the far side to Schlusner. She's all by herself, whiffs on the puck, and not able to get it out. Chipped down the boards. Picked up by 58 down below the goal line. Thrown up, back to the point. 34 with it, shot towards the net. Goes off of the skate of Triplet up front. 59 backhands it down low, picked up by Birch. Birch with it, reverses it. Triplet there, right to the stick of one of the Glenview players, bouncing around in front, and that puck ends up behind the net. Got it out of harm's way, but not without some controversy there. Rimmed up the near side. Verhoeven there. Chipped up, not out, as that goes off the leg of number 25. Picked up by Hendricks. Hendricks with it. Throws it up to Schlusner. Schlusner tries to get it out. Does so after it goes off of a stick. Triplet with it. Bounced off the near side boards, and she tries to win the race. That one bounces it off the glass, but picked up by Glenview's number 34. Triplet gets it again and just rims it in deep. Over to the far side, Honor picks it up. Honor centers that one, pops up the slot and out of the zone. Marvisi with it. She bounces it off the boards. This is a little confusing because the terrace here is actually has direct access to two rinks, so the horn went off, and I thought that was the end of the period, which seemed awfully quick. But it wasn't. It was for the other rink. Yeah. It's a lot harder than it looks, doesn't it? Yeah. Thank you to the cameraman, Jay, for helping out. Bounced off the boards. Marvisi gets it up. Ends up in the slot, but picked off by Glenview. They now control it in the South Dakota zone. Centering pass. Pops towards the net, but knocked aside by Lincoln. Picked up down low for Harris. Bounced off the boards, but that's picked up by number 23 and thrown down low. Marvisi trying to get to it now, and she does. She gets it over to Harris. Harris with it. Gets that up to, who is that? That's Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer carries that one in. Quick little move. Finally had it knocked off her stick. Chip down low. Black there with it. She's looking to hand it off. Black centered it up to the slot. Birch with a shot. Goaltender with a good save there. Black battling down low for it. Finally 61 comes in to help out. 61 rims it around over to the far side. Picked up by number 16, Beam. Beam throws it down low. Glenview picks it up in the near side corner and just throws it all the way down. That is going to be an icing call on the Glenview Stars. We are at the 8:01 mark of the first period of this game. Puck is dropped, won by the Glenview Stars, rimmed around. Over on the far side, number 8 gets it and chips it up and out. Birch wins the race to that one. She tries to bounce it off the near side boards, but that is picked off. Shot wide of the net, but Lincoln snags that out of the air. And we have a stoppage of play. All right, puck is dropped. No clear winner there, but South Dakota seemed to come away with it. Glenview walks to the side of the net and takes a bad angle shot that goes off the back of the net, thrown back down low. Birch right there to pin the Glenview player. Triplett now with it. She bounces it off the backboards. Chipped up and out of the zone by, couldn't read a number on that one. Not sure who that is. Glenview does pick it back up, throws it in wide of the net, picked up down low. Number 8 with it, tried to center that one, picked up off the far side boards, pops out of the zone. Glenview gets control of it and throws it right back in. Chipped up and not out, but picked off by Verhoeven, and she tries to get it to Hendricks. That does not work. Verhoeven bounces off the boards, manages to keep the puck in the Glenview zone. Verhoeven battling for it down low. She tries to center it, goes off a stick. Schlusner with a little spin shot on net, but not able to bury that one as the goaltender got a pad on it. Chipped up the near side boards. Birch had it knocked past her. Triplett with good speed manages to outrace number 87 to the puck. Rimmed around over to the far side. Chipped up and not out as Glenview keeps it in. Schlusner bounces it off the far side boards, gets it out of the zone. That's picked up by number 16 for Glenview. Tried to chip it up. Honor not able to control it as it ended up in her stomach. Finally, on the next attempt, Marvisi does get it up to one of her teammates, and Verhoeven just throws it all the way down. That's going to be an icing call at the 5:40 mark of the first period. Chipped up and out of the zone. Glenview's 34 racing back to pick it up. She gets it up to 61, gets around Harris. 61 with it, shot and up over the glove of Lincoln, right into the corner of the net, and Lincoln not able to keep that one out. Glenview draws first blood in this game, and that puts them up 1-0. We are at the 5:20 mark of the first period. Glenview first on the board. Picked up by Glenview's number 26. Spins around, gets it up to 61. 61 with it. She decides she's going to carry it, but not able to get around Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer coughs it up and gives it right back to 61, who gets a shot on net. And we get another stoppage of play and a face-off just to the left of Lincoln. Glenview wins that one. Shot saved by Lincoln. Picked up down below the goal line. The Triplett down there battling for it. Bounced off the near side boards. Not out. Finally out on the second attempt. Picked up by 66 for Glenview. Brought in by 83. She tried to backhand that in. Doesn't go anywhere. And that ended up being an offside call. So we got a stoppage of play and a face-off just in front of the Team South Dakota bench. Harris with it. She chips it off the near side boards, down into the Glenview zone. Number 23 there for it. She chips it off the near side boards again, but Harris there to pick that one off. And she is able to keep it in temporarily. Now Beam with it, had it knocked away from her by number 66. Marvisi back, racing for it. Centering pass, and puck is right there at the doorstep. And we get a stoppage of play and a face-off to the left to Lincoln. Puck dropped. No clear winner there. Finally, Glenview comes away with it. And we got a little scuffle of girls down there. Marvisi gets around a couple of the Glenview players. Not able to do much with it. Marvisi with a shot. She somehow got through the entire Glenview team and managed to get a shot off. But the goaltender made a great save. Was able to keep her off the net. Beam with it. Shot towards the net. That's picked off. Up the near side boards. Hendricks was able to keep it in, but wasn't able to hold on to it. Number 72 for Glenview comes back up through the zone. Shot on. Saved by Lincoln. Rimmed around over to the near side. Puck is stuck down low, fired over to the far side. And that one took a weird bounce, almost got past Lincoln. Birch with it, she comes flying into the zone, centering it, but nobody there. Honor with it now, comes flying up through the neutral zone, throws it towards the net, goes chased down, but the goaltender easily covers that one up, and we get a stoppage of play. And a face-off just to the right of the goaltender. Honor taking the draw. She wins that one. Back to the point to Harris. Harris gets it and just lobs it in down the half wall. Puck's bouncing around. And Schlusner gets it, throws it towards the net. It ends up down below the goal line, rimmed around over to the far side. Not able to keep it in was Triplett, but Honor gets it over to Harris. Harris up to Verhoeven, goes off of her stick, but not into the zone. A little bit of an awkward catch there. Honor with it. Gets it back over to Triplett. Triplett up to Schlusner. Schlusner not able to get that one in. Back to Triplett. Back to Harris. Goes off of her skate and redirects deep into the South Dakota zone. Rimmed around over to the far side. Schlusner not able to get it, but it squirts out of the zone. Picked up by number 34. Over to the far side. Verhoeven there. Tries to skate down the boards, but ends up getting rubbed out and picked up. The puck is picked up by number 25. Over to the far side, back to Verhoeven. Verhoeven gets it and just throws it back down low. Goes off the skate of the referee. Chipped off the near side half wall and out of the zone. Birch racing to get it in the South Dakota zone. Birch with it now, comes up through the slot. Gets it up to Pfeiffer. Grenades off her stick and gets away from her. Chipped up the near side boards. Marvisi gets it down, bats it down low, but does not able to get it very far. Glenview now with it. Marvisi backhands it up and out of the zone. Not able to pick that up was Reese. Number 8 skates in for Glenview, centers that one. And Glenview manages to keep it in down low. Up the far side boards, Glenview gets it and just throws that down low. South Dakota not able to get to it first. Glenview does, off the glove of Lincoln and hits the net. Chipped up and out of the zone, picked up by number 26 for Glenview. Bounced off the near side boards. Triplet there, but she wasn't able to do much with it. Glenview picks it back up. Felton with it now. She gets it and just throws it down low. Glenview having to chase it down. Number 83 with the puck. And that horn signals the end of the first period. We're going to take a quick break. And we'll be right back in just a couple minutes with the start of the second period. In the meantime, stay with us. We still got 2 periods of hockey to be played. All right, here we go. Start of the second period. And Honor taking the draw there. She wins that one back to Birch. Birch with it. Chips it off the far side boards. Ends up on the stick of one of the Glenview players. Chipped up the boards. Glenview picks it up. Thrown past Birch down below the goal line. Marvisi racing to get it. Chipped up the near side boards, but not very far. Glenview now with it down below the goal line. Schlusner now gets the puck, backhands it down low. Birch with it. Thrown up the boards and out. Glenview picks it up in the neutral zone over to 34. She skates up, ends up losing it. Honor now with it. Honor not able to get it in. She finally does on a second attempt at a backhand, and that goes down low into the Glenview zone. Glenview picks it up, thrown all the way up through the slot. Birch now with it. Off the near side boards, and then Glenview picks it back up, and we have a penalty being called, a body checking on number 66, that's going to be on Glenview, going to the sin bin for a body check. I actually didn't see that one.
I didn't either. I heard it, but I didn't see it.
That puts Team South Dakota on a power play. So the penalties in this tournament are only a minute 30. Not a full 2 minutes. So that doesn't give Team South Dakota much time to try and do something with it. Triplet not able to handle it. Glenview picks it up, not able to get it directly past Honor, but they do get it up and out. Hendricks backhands it up to Birch. Birch gets it and throws it down low. Beats everybody, number 19 beats everybody to the puck, but ends up coughing it up. as Honor was able to get it to the front of the net, not able to get a decent shot off. Beam with it, ends up losing it right on the half wall. And out of the zone, number 8 racing down to get it. Shot and a save by Lincoln. Honor with it. Chipped up the boards, right up the slot. Right up the slot, and we have another penalty being called. And a body checking being called by number 8. That's going to put South Dakota up on a 5-on-3 early on in this second period. We're going to have a 5-on-3 for about 32 seconds, and then it'll switch to a 5-on-4 for about the remaining minute. Looks like we got Marvisi up front taking the draw. Schluchner and Harris on the back end. South Dakota wins that one and then gives it right over to number 16 for Glenview. She carries that in, obviously trying to waste time. Really good job of wasting time on the 5-on-3. Finally, Marvisi comes away with it, gets it up to Black. Black carries it in, tries to hit Pfeiffer, but does not do so. Little puck's pinned against the wall down low. Pfeiffer comes away with it, gets it back up to Schluchner. Schluchner with it. Over to Black. Black with it now. Shot towards the net. Saved by the goaltender. It's now back to 5-on-4. Glenview did a great job of wasting time on that 5-on-3. Shot towards the net by Black, but it goes behind. Glenview picks it back up. Beam now with it. Over to Schluchner. She stick handles her way out of the puck. Black now with it again. Chipped it up to Pfeiffer, up to Schluchner. Schluchner has a grenade off her stick again, but picks it back up. Gets it to Black, but she's not able to handle that one. Number 83 for the Stars picks it up down low. They're now back at full strength. South Dakota not able to capitalize on the 5-on-3 as Glenview picks it back up in their own zone. Chipped up and Beam right there, but not able to get it back into the zone. And we have a penalty being called. It looks like it's going to be on South Dakota. And it is. As they touch the puck, the whistle blows. And let's see what the call is from the distinguished gentleman wearing the stripes. And that's going to be a hooking call on Beam. She's going to the box for a minute 30. So that's going to put South Dakota on a penalty kill. Still early on in this second period. Puck is dropped. Marvisi with it. Chips it over to Harris. She's not able to handle that. It was a little ahead of her. Picked up on the half wall by Glenview. Walks to the top of the slot. Shot and save. Another shot. Good pad save there. Glenview picks it back up. Batted at and knocked away. That puck is bouncing everywhere. Glenview picks it up over on the far side, right off the half wall, skates to the slot, shot, save. Marvisi knocks it out of harm's way. Up the far side wall, picked up by 16, shot towards the net, takes an odd bounce. Over to the far side, 30 seconds left on the South Dakota penalty. Glenview doing a pretty good job of keeping it in the zone. Shot on, saved by Lincoln. 3 shots, 4 shots. Finally she covers it up. and we get a stoppage of play. Gives South Dakota a little bit of a breather. 22 seconds left on the power play for Glenview. Hook. Ends up behind the net. Birch picks it up. Quick change of direction. Pops out and picked up by Glenview. They now have it behind the net. Looking to hand it off. Right into the slot. Pops up to the stick of Felton. She does get it out, but ends up giving it back over to Glenview. Puck is bouncing around. Finally chipped in. Team South Dakota back at full strength now. Over to the far side, or near side I should say. No icing on that as 25 picks it up down below the goal line. She skates it up the slot. And fired down low into the South Dakota zone. Birch picks that one up. Rims it, takes a weird bounce off of a stanchion. Felton tries to get it up to Hendricks, and that one is an offside call as it popped out of the zone with Hendricks still inside the zone. We're going to have a face-off in the neutral zone right in front of us. Hunter taking the draw, going against number 8 for Glenview. We have something going on. And the referee is talking to one of the coaches for Team South Dakota. Not sure what that was about, but doesn't seem like it was anything real big. Back to the point, Harris with it. She throws it over to the far side boards, picked up by 23 for Glenview. Hunter now with it. She walks to the front and has her pocket picked there by number 8. Number 8 comes flying up through the neutral zone into the South Dakota zone. Quick stop at the half wall, thrown towards the net. Saved by Lincoln, rimmed around over to the near side boards. Goes under the stick of Schleusner. 83 gets it down low. Harris with it, rims it around over to the far side. Verhoeven right there, but not able to handle that as Glenview comes away with it. Schleusner now picks it up, looking to carry it up herself, up through the neutral zone, and had it knocked away from her. Chipped up and out. Triplett bounces it off the far side boards and thrown down low for Team South Dakota into the Glenview zone. Number 83 with it down below the goal line. Thrown up and off a skate of Triplett, but not able to control it. And that one goes in offside, so we get another stoppage of play midway through the second period. We are at the 7:17 mark of the second period. Current score 1-0. Glenview picks it up off that faceoff and just chips it down low into the South Dakota zone. South Dakota trying to get it down below the goal line. Birch chips it up the boards. And Black was able to get it out, but not able to control it. She ends up sliding across the ice, playing the part of the Zamboni for a little bit. Triplett had it knocked away from her. 87 carries it in, but that turns out to be offside, so we get another stoppage of play and a face-off in the neutral zone. Sorry, had a parent asking me for some info. Stoppage of play down low, and I think we got a player going to the box. Let's see what the call is. And that's a roughing call. I think that was number 89. 89 for Glenview going to the box for a rough. That's going to put South Dakota back on a power play midway through the second period. Chip down low by Harris, picked up on the half wall by Reese. Finally pops out of the zone. Black now with it. All the way over to the far side. Pfeiffer now with it. Chips that up, goes off the skate of one of the players. Pfeiffer in! And a shot and a save by the goaltender. Pfeiffer had a 2-on-0 going down. Took the shot and the goaltender flashed the leather and kept the puck out of the net. We are still at a 1-0 game so far with 1 minute left on the Glenview penalty. Thanks to all the visitors coming to watch this game. I hope you're enjoying the video and the color and the play-by-play commentary. If you don't mind, please like and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. That we're trying to get us to 1,000 subscribers, which allows us to monetize the channel, and that's how we can help pay for some of the equipment and stuff that we use, as well as the software license. So please like and subscribe and help us get our subscriber count up. Picked up down low by Birch. She chips it out of the zone. Triplet with a little backhand pass. Hendricks racing down to get it. She gets bumped up against the boards, but still maintaining control of the puck. Down low. Back up to the point. Beam now with it. She skates down low. Walks, shot, and just wide of the net. I actually think that went off of a player up front and just went wide. Back over to, I couldn't see who that was. I think it might have been Hendricks. And she got a little one-timer, but that was blocked up front. Off the far side boards, Hendricks with it. She bounces it off the far side boards again. Hendricks picks it up in the South Dakota zone. Long pass, that is picked off, but only temporarily as Birch is right there. And number 8 gets hauled down. Birch is going to go to the box for that one, and we are having a hooking call. That's an easy one. I didn't even have to look at the ref to see what that call was. So that's going to put Glenview on a power play at the 4:26 mark of the first period. Current score 1-0 with both goaltenders doing a pretty good job of keeping the puck out of the net. South Dakota wins that, but not cleanly. Down below the goal line, Harris there gets it around one of the Glenview players. Stuck on the half wall, Glenview walks away with it. Back to the slot, shot. Partially blocked, went wide of the net. But Glenview picks it back up. Tried to get it over to player on the back door. Verhoeven had it knocked away from her. Marvisi gets it up, but not cleanly. Marvisi again with it, backhands it, but up and not out of the zone. Shot towards Lincoln, and she gloves that one down, and we get a stoppage of play and a face-off down in the South Dakota zone just to the left of Lincoln. .48 seconds left on the Birch hooking penalty. .66 with it for Glenview. Hands it off to one of her teammates down below the goal line. Brought over to the near side. Quick change of direction, but one of the South Dakota players is right there, knocked away over to the near side boards. South Dakota picks it up, chips it up and out. Chased back down by number 26 for Glenview. She stops behind the net, up the near side boards to number 66. She hands it off to 61 over on the far side. Skates in, centering pass, and a little whiff on that one, and ends up behind the net. 61 gets it back up, gets it back again. Triplet down low. Beam racing to get to it. Chipped up the near side board. Schlusner there, not able to do much with it. South Dakota back at full strength. Hands it over to one of her teammates, but Black was right there and able to get it up and out and into the zone. She did not go for a change. I thought she went to the bench. Back down into the South Dakota zone. Beam picks it up down below the goal line. Quick change of direction. Chipped up the boards. Black gets it and just chips it out. She had one of the Glenview players bearing down on her. Number 8 with it, and she walks off the half wall. Shot saved by Lincoln. Centering pass. Shot wide of the net. Schlusner not able to get to that one first. Picked up down below the goal line. And Triplet was knocked off the puck, and we get a stoppage of play as it just eked its way out of the zone. And I stand corrected. Number 8 is going to the box for a body checking penalty. That's going to put South Dakota back on a power play for almost the last part of the second period. So there's 1 minute and 43 seconds left in the second period and 1:30 on the clock for South Dakota's power play. Marvisi stepping up to take the draw. Back to the point to Harris. Harris' shot goes off of one of the Glenview players. It goes wide of the net. Black now with it. She chips that one in, goes off the stick of number 15. She throws it down low over to the near side. Marvisi steps off the wall, hands it off to Schlusner. Shot towards the net, but it goes just wide. Popped up and out of the zone. Black gets it back, gets it over to Schlusner. Schlusner with it. She tries to get it up to Harris, but Harris was going in the wrong direction. Picked off by 19. Chipped down low by Schlusner. Pfeiffer down there, but not able to beat the Glenview player to the puck. Glenview picks it up and throws it down into the South Dakota zone. Birch picks it up, and now she comes flying up through her own zone. Had it knocked off her stick temporarily. 10 seconds left on the South Dakota power play. She throws that in down low. Racing to it is Honor. Honor with it. Tries to bring it to the front of the net. Had it knocked away. Honor putting some pressure on. Gets it over to Birch. Birch walks to the front. Tries a little wraparound. And the goaltender was right there. And we get a stoppage of play just as South Dakota's power play ended, but we have something else going on. Not sure anybody's going to the box. It looks like the referee was just chastising some of the players. So we got 6.2 seconds left in the second period. with Glenview being up 1-0 so far. And that horn signals the end of the second period. We got one more period of hockey to be played, so we'll be right back with the start of the third. And I just realized I did not change the period marker, so I just set it to the third. So we are good now. Like I said, stick with us. We got one more period to go. We'll be right back. All right, start of the third period. Pfeiffer taking the draw. South Dakota wins that one. Triplett picks up the puck over to the far side. Birch throws it up, but that's going to go the length of the ice. Will it be for an icing? No. The refs wave that one off. That was one of those subjective ones. Chipped up and out. Triplett right there to pick it up, and she throws it up the boards. Picked off by 8. 8 skates into the zone and shoots it wide of the net. Picked up down below the goal line for South Dakota. Birch now with it. She's chips it up the near side boards. Black right there, but not able to do much with it. Birch got knocked on her buttocks and fell down. Was not able to do much with it as it came back to her. Glenview picks it up. They have it down in the South Dakota zone. End up losing it. Pfeiffer there. Walks around number 8. Throws it up and out, and that's going the length of the ice. That will, in fact, go for an icing, and we'll get a stoppage of play and a face-off down in the South Dakota zone. Hendricks taking the draw, going against number 16. South Dakota comes away with that one with the puck, but only temporarily. Beam gets it out of the zone, and it goes back in, but that's going to be an icing call. Offsides call on Glenview. So we get a stoppage of play, and they're taking it all the way to center ice. So South Dakota needs a pretty strong third period here. They got to eke back that one goal and see if they can push ahead a little bit more for a second. Chip down into the zone, past Marvisi. Hendricks racing down to pick it up. She gets it down below the goal line. Tries to get it off to Beam, but that goes off of a skate. and pops out of the zone. Felton with it. It ends up chipping it over to the far side. Batted at, not out, as Hendricks was right there with the skate. Picked up, and puck bounces around. Harris chips that one in, racing down to pick up her own pass. Skates around behind the net, looking to hand it off. Back up to the point. Shot towards the net. Not able to redirect that one up front, but it goes wide. Hendricks with it. She throws that towards the net, and that goes off of a skate. Finally up and out of the zone. Triplet there to put a little bit of pressure on. And puck's bouncing around. Shot off the post. That was a good one for South Dakota, as that just dinged right off the post and kept the game at a one-goal game. Over to the far side, Marvisi with it. And she ends up handing that off to number 34. Glenview coming back with an odd woman rush. And they're not able to do much with it as it ends up behind the net. Schlusner now with it. She rims it around on a backhand to Birch. Birch to Verhoeven. She ends up losing it. Birch picks it up down low and rims it back up to Verhoeven. Verhoeven chips it up. Picked up by Honor. Honor with the head of steam comes flying in. Had it knocked off of her stick. She tries to pick it up down below the goal line. Number 24 with some good stick work there. Hounded by Honor as Honor gets it away from her. Both girls going at it. And I suspect that they're going to toss both of them into the penalty box for a little roughhousing there. I could be wrong. Honor is going to the box for a rough, but they're not calling Glenview, so that puts South Dakota on a penalty kill for the next minute and a half. We are at the 11-minute and 41-second mark of the third period, and South Dakota on a penalty kill. Honor went to the box, and Glenview comes off of that face-off with the puck. Up the far side wall, hands it off. Down low below the goal line, missed the pass. That took a little bit of a hop. Thrown up, not out, as 26 picks that one off. Shot towards the nets, saved by Lincoln as she saw that all the way in. And we will get another stoppage of play and a face-off to her right. South Dakota wins that one. Birch with it. She chips it up the near side boards. 26 picks it off at the point. Walks to the center, over to the far side. Chips it down low to the half wall, hands it off to number 9, I believe that is. She picks it back up. Shot blocked up front by Hendricks. Hendricks with it. Chipped off the near side boards. Back to the point. 26 gets it. Over to the far side. Shot saved by Lincoln. Puck's bouncing around. And finally Lincoln jumps on that one, and we get a stoppage of play as it's covered up. 30 seconds left on the Honor penalty. And we are at the 10:40 mark of the third period. Glenview comes away with that face-off with the puck. Hands off to the far side corner. Shot on Saved by Lincoln, as she looks like she might have struggled just a little bit with that one. I think they're trying to make sure the puck wasn't in the net. We're going to redo that face-off. I believe that's Felton taking the draw. Harris now with it. Chipped off the near side boards. Beam with the head of steam comes flying up. Trying to walk towards the center. She gets hauled down, but no call. Glenview ends up losing it. And South Dakota back at full strength. Harris having to race down to pick it up. But we have an icing call, and that'll give us a face-off down in the Glenview zone. At the 10:03 mark of the third period. Score still 1-0 with Glenview the only goal of this game so far. Birch gets that one and chips it down low. Honor picks it back up, gets it over to Schleusner. Schleusner centers that one. Puck is right there, but nobody able to get a shot off and pull the trigger. Backhand towards the net by Schleusner, and Honor right there. She takes a little bit of a bump. But we get a stoppage of play and a face-off just to the goaltender's left. Honor taking the draw now. Going against 61, back to the point. Birch gets that one and throws it down low. Honor picks it up down below the goal line. She hands it off to Schleusner, who gets a quick shot off, but the goalie was right there, made a great save. Gonna redo the face-off, but this time we're gonna do it over to the right of the goaltender for Glenview. Honor taking the draw again. Glenview wins that one, 34 with it, down below the goal line. Looking to hand that one off. She does. Chipped past Birch. Down low, Honor to pick it up down below the goal line. And we have another body checking penalty. And that is going to be, I believe, on, is it Birch? Yep, that is Birch going to the box. And that is a minute 30 for a body checking penalty. That's going to put South Dakota back on a penalty kill till right around just after the 8-minute mark in the third period. Pfeiffer taking the draw. The Stars come away with that one. And they're saying puck was played with the high stick. That goes all the way down. Into the Glenview zone. I personally didn't think the puck was touched with the high stick, but he had a different view, so. Well, it looked like she swiped at it, but I didn't. Okay. Pfeiffer taking the draw. And Glenview wins that one. They get it down below the goal line of their own zone. Down into the South Dakota zone, picked up by Triplett. Triplett with it. She steps around a couple of the Glenview players, comes up, takes a little whack on her stick, gets the puck back and throws it down low. Picked up by number 16 for Glenview. Glenview up the far side, still holding on to it, off the skate of Harris. Gets control again from it, back off to number 19. Shot saved by Lincoln. Glenview picks it up down below the goal line, up to the point on the far side. She's not able to pull the trigger there. Gets the shot off, ends up going wide. Number 34 with it. She comes up the far side, hands it off to 15. Down below the goal line now. Picked up on the near side. And handed off. Number 8 with a shot. Saved by Lincoln. Puck's bouncing around. Chipped up the boards. And will that make it out? It does not as it goes down low. Black now with it. And she's not able to get that one out. Triplett now on the far side. Gets it up to Birch. Birch with a head of steam. Comes flying in. Shot from a bad angle. Misses the net, but not by much. Birch again. Down below the goal line. Centered the puck, but nobody there for South Dakota to pick it up. And thrown in, but thrown in off sides as Glenview had a player that had just eked her way into the zone. So we get another stoppage of play, but this time we're going to have the face-off directly in front of us. Special thanks to my cameraman today, Jay, helping me out a little bit, allowing me to do the play-by-play. Birch over to Marvisi, gets it up to Hendricks. Hendricks chips it down low, but got pinched out by a couple of the Glenview girls. Up the near side boards, Birch gets that one and throws it towards the net. Back to Birch. Goes off of a skate and back down low. Glenview picks that one up. Marvisi knocks it away from the Glenview player. They pick it back up to Hendricks. Hendricks gets it, throws it off of one of the Glenview players, bats it towards the net, and that's picked up by the goaltender, and she holds on to that one for a stoppage of play. We are at the 6:42 mark of the third period. Score still 1-0 with Glenview. Glenview's early goal holding out for the entire game so far. Honor wins that face-off, but Glenview ends up with it, chipped off the boards. Knocked away from Harris, number 66, comes flying in. Walked towards the front and not able to get a shot off. Batted over to the far side, picked up by Schlusner. Glenview's doing a pretty good job of putting pressure on very quickly, not giving South Dakota much time to do anything with the puck. Finally covered up by Lincoln, and we get a stoppage of play. We are at the 6:10 mark of the third period right now. Again, if you enjoy the broadcast and you are not subscribed to our channel, please do so. That helps us. We are trying to get us to 1,000 subscribers so that we can start monetizing our playbacks and our live streams and help pay for some of the stuff that we do. So send it out to your friends and family and invite them to come and watch the games that Team South Dakota plays. That's for, they've had quite a few games against Glenview, which is, I know the Glenview parents have really enjoyed the games that we've been able to stream for them. Glenview now controlling it in the neutral zone. Number 34 with a quick spin away from Schlusner. Batted in, Verhoeven now with it. Over to the far side boards. Honor with it, down below the goal line. Chipped up to, I believe that was Black over on the far side. Up to Verhoeven. Verhoeven gets it, and she just bats it down low into the Glenview zone. Glenview, again, doing a really good job of not giving South Dakota much time and space to move the puck around. Batted down low. Off the wall. Black picks it up, throws it past one of the Glenview players, but not a second one. Picked up by Glenview in the neutral zone. Number 26 walks in, shoots, and two quick saves, and a third one, and she finally covers up, and we get a stoppage of play. Rimmed around over to the near side, picked up by Glenview at the blue line. Number 26 walks down. Shots, kick save by Lincoln. Over to the far side, Birch picks it up. Harris now with it. She whiffs on it. Glenview comes away with it. Tried to pass it up to the point. Black with it. Gets it up to Felton. Felton in with it now. Off the near side boards, up and out of the Glenview zone. Number 26 carries it in. Had it knocked away from her. Triplett knocks it away from Glenview player, and Pfeiffer gets it up and out of the zone. 15 with it for Glenview. Carried up, and Beam gets it and throws it down low. That one's picked off the far side boards. Long pass over to the near side. Number 61 walks in. Tried to center that one, went all the way up to the blue line. Reese now with it. She chips that one down low. 83 beats her to the puck. Brings it around the near side. Chipped up and out. Marvisi picks it up down below the goal line. Quick change of direction, comes out the same side. Triplett now with it. She tries to chip it up the boards, picked off. And Reese gets it and just throws it down low. Glenview picks it back up. South Dakota's got to start putting a little more pressure on. Late in this third period, they are not getting many opportunities down in the Glenview zone. Number 8 for Glenview with it. Couple change of directions. She still maintains control of the puck. One of her teammates picks it up. I can't see the number down there. She walks off the board, walks to the center. Shot blocked up front. Honor now with it. Quick change of direction. Back behind the net. She gets it over to Schlusner. Schlusner carries it in. Had it knocked off of her stick by number 34. Honor picks it up in the near side. Shot by Schlusner. Beam with another shot that goes off the leg of Schlusner and doesn't make it all the way to the net. Hendricks with it, Verhoeven, bounces it off the near side boards. And no high stick there as that went right to one of the South Dakota players. Just ekes his way wide of the net. South Dakota does have an empty net, although they're not playing like it. Schlusner now with it. Try to get it over to Pfeiffer, but that goes off of the stick of one of the players. Marvisi trying to do something with it, had it knocked away from her. And 40 seconds left in this game. Birch comes flying up through the neutral zone, rolls off of her stick. She not able to pick it back up and throws it towards, she wasn't able to pick it back up initially, does on the second attempt, and just bounces towards the goaltender who covers it up. We have 30 seconds left in this third period, with South Dakota not able to get near as many chances as they need for this particular game. Honor taking the draw. South Dakota with 6 players out and an empty net. Harris picks it up in the neutral zone. Down low. Shot towards the net. It does not have enough energy to get all the way down. Triplett with it. Bounced up off the near side boards. Black there. Brought into the zone. Picked up by Couldn't tell. Hendricks, I believe that was, as she's able to get it towards the net, but not cleanly. We only have 1.2 seconds left in this game. That is probably going to do it. And that does it for this game. South Dakota not able to get on the board. Glenview ekes out a win with only a single goal scored in this entire game. Both great jobs by the goaltenders. Next game is this afternoon. I believe it's 4:30 or 5:30 or something like that. But again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Again, that helps us. Everybody have a good afternoon. We will see you back this afternoon for Game 2 for South Dakota. Good day, sir.